Welcome to Yoga with Laura. My name is Laura. Today we're doing something a little different. If your knees have been feeling stiff or achy, you might be surprised to learn that your ankles could be part of the reason. So today we'll explore gentle ankle mobility together as we have some simple standing exercises that anyone can try out. If you think you might need extra balance, grab a sturdy chair and let's get started. When the ankles become stiff, the knees can overcompensate. So we're going to reverse some of that with the following moves. Let's first notice where we are today. We're going to do a standing knee over toe test. I'll show you from the side here. We're going to have our feet staggered. So the left foot goes back as the right knee goes forward. There should be a bend to the knee here. Now, from here, we're going to see if we can shift our weight so that our knee is directly over top our front toe, best as possible. Now, if this is maxed out, this is where we're noting our mobility ends. However, if you're able to join me by leaning forward just a bit to bring the knee over top that front toe. If that back heel lifts, that's perfectly fine. We're just focusing on the front knee, seeing how far above that front toe it can go without lifting that front heel. Before shifting back to center, maybe shaking those legs out, readjusting. And same thing, opposite side, left foot steps forward now, right foot steps backwards, and coming into a slight bend of the knee. Before we lean forward, see if we are able to get that knee to the front toe before we attempt to continue leaning. Knowing each side is different, small adjustments in our everyday movements, walking upstairs, walking in general. This means we're unbalanced. So we're just checking where we are. Again, if that back heel lifts, that's okay. Just making sure that front heel does not move before we go back to neutral and shake it out. Then we're going to test how we feel if we do a mini squat, bending our knees right here, hands on the hips, seeing our knee and ankle mobility, seeing if any stiffness arises. Before, we're just going to walk a few steps forward and backwards. This one's very simple and easy. Excellent. There's no judgment here, simply collecting information for our next series of moves. We're going to keep the pace going, starting with some ankle circles. So if you think you need that sturdy chair back, go ahead and hold on to that now. Otherwise, we're all lifting up our right foot and giving yourself a circular rotation of the ankle. Imagine you're drawing the biggest circle you possibly can with your big toe. Before we switch directions, about 15 seconds each direction, you can pause to take a break, especially if balance is an issue. Go ahead and grab onto something. For dropping that right foot, same thing, opposite side. Noticing if it's easier to balance on one side or the other. Again, drawing those big circles with your big toe. Before dropping down back to earth, next we're going to do some alternate heel and toe lifts. I'll show you from the side angle, lifting up through the heels, perhaps just a couple centimeters, or perhaps you're able to go up a little higher and then lifting up through the toes. These are essentially weight shifts, forward and back, as long as you feel balanced. That chair is optional here. We're waking up all those everyday muscles that support our everyday existence. Excellent. Moving now into some more weight shifts. We're going to just shift left and right here. Your hands can be on your hips, on your thighs. Something to think about is notice how your feet press into the floor on each shift. Keep breathing. Now, if one side feels a little more stuck than the other, you're welcome to lean into that side or lean into the other side. A couple more seconds here. Excellent. This next one, I'll show you a side angle. Again, our feet can be hip width distance or wider. We're just bending so that our knee goes over our toes. Your hands can slide into your back pockets. And we're just moving as comfortably as possible today. Don't try to emulate the shape you see on screen. Make it your own. Keep it up. Moving back to center, before we show our calves some love with a quick lunge, runner's lunge. So turning to the side again, I'm just going to show you our right foot steps out forward, our left foot steps out backward if the body allows. Now, if you feel pain, lessen up this wide stance, but if you feel safe to go on, pivot your hips forward before we just exhale, lean into that lunge by really shifting our weight into our front right heel so that our knee shifts. Feel a nice stretch throughout my entire leg, but mostly the calf. Supporting our entire leg health right here, right now. Before we exhale, shift gently, as slow as possible. We want to be gentle on our knee and our ankle, shifting back to center. Same thing, opposite side, knowing that each side is different. Left foot is shifting forward, right foot steps back if that allows. Before we press into our front lunge, really bending that front knee. It's okay if that back heel lifts again here. Just really want to feel the stretch in both legs. Feeling it everywhere. Excellent. Keep breathing. Or activate that core. Gently shift back up. Shift the weight to the center. Back to neutral spine. Excellent. We'll move now into mini squats. Again, I'll show you a side angle. Just a small shift down, kind of like you're sitting into a chair. You can press your hands together, or they can remain at your hips. Notice whether this feels any different than it did a few minutes ago at the start of the session. Excellent. Shifting now into some marches, just lifting the entire foot off the earth. You can add some arm movements here. But the goal is to see, can your ankles roll through this movement smoothly? Put all the focus of movement on your ankles here. So if you need to release the arms, absolutely. Smooth is key. Trying not to overly shift our weight. I'm going to show you an example on camera. Goal is not to shift side to side as we're doing this. Try to keep a stiff rod on your spine. Some shifting is totally normal, absolutely. The intention is all I'm asking for here. Excellent. Couple more, keeping that smooth roll of the ankle. Before we pause, back to center. Excellent. We are almost to the end of the session. Let's just see how our ankles and bodies are doing now. Let's do our tests again. Let's do some simple walking forward and back, noticing if there's any difference in the ease of our ankle mobility here. Before we move again into our squats that we were just doing, how does this feel? Does it feel a little easier? Is our mobility improved? Now, is our mobility improved? Is our mobility improved at all? I do want to emphasize that sometimes it takes a lot of practice and a lot of adding on. So if you did not know much change right here, you can redo the video right here, right now. You can try it again tomorrow. Just keep it in your routine, and I promise you will see results if you stick to it. If today's session helped you feel a little better, I'd love for you to subscribe. And if you'd like a simple routine you can come back to daily, I've created a free 3-minute routine, also linked in the description below. I look forward to seeing you at the next one. Thank you so much for being here.